Evaluation. Every decision you make involves some form of evaluation. What should I have for lunch? Which mobile phone should I buy? Does this student understand Shakespeare's The Merchant of Venice? In fact, you perform dozens of evaluations every day. You may even perform evaluations as part of your job. Safety audits, employee reviews, quality control, house and car inspections, work processes, or even checking the quality of concrete slabs. Evaluation is so common that most people don't think about it any more than they think about breathing. So let me tell you why we created Rubrix. My name is Chris Howerton, and when Discovery Software was formed over 30 years ago, we wrote a program for a very specific form of evaluation, student performance on tests and assignments. It was a teacher's gradebook program known as Integrate Pro. We sold Integrate Pro to McGraw-Hill, and through a series of takeovers, it ended up being owned by Pearson. But Discovery Software wrote every version under contract after the sale for more than 20 years. And during those 20 years, we became disillusioned with the traditional grading methods used by schools to evaluate students. What bothered us was how assessment results get boiled down to single numbers and letters that don't tell anybody much about what a student really knows. What's a C+? What does 15 out of 20 on an essay mean? If a student takes an end-of-year exam that covers both algebra and geometry, does 68% mean they understand geometry but not algebra? Or does it mean they understand algebra but not geometry? Or does it mean they understand a little bit of each? What are their strengths? What are their weaknesses? A ship scores 99% on a safety audit. The only problem is the hole in the bottom, but 99% doesn't tell you that the ship isn't going to float. Fortunately, there's another form of evaluation that does a more thorough job, rubric evaluation. We wrote Rubrix with an X to make it easy for people to perform better evaluations, not just in education, but for a wide range of human activities. It includes a web-based editor that lets you create your own rubrics. This means that Rubrix works for almost any situation where formal evaluations are required. Employee evaluation, sports, security, procedures, construction and healthcare, waste treatment plants and nuclear power stations, mines, spaceships. In short, we wanted to create something useful in almost any situation that involves assessment, evaluation, or appraisal. The simplest form of a rubric is a checklist. Did you know that checklists in hospitals save lives? Pilots use a checklist to check the airplane before each flight. Oh, and rockets. NASA loves checklists. They help make sure that critical details are not missed. More complicated rubrics are typically in the form of a grid. Each row is a specific criterion, and each column describes various levels of performance. You've seen these sort of forms before. Making the criteria explicit helps people understand what is being reviewed and hence what's important. And having the criteria right up front also increases consistency between evaluators. We like to think of a rubric as encapsulating an expert's knowledge about how to judge something. Discovery's Rubrix software takes rubrics to a whole new level. For example, you can attach photographs and even video as evidence that your evaluation is correct. And here's a wild claim that happens to be true. Using Rubrix to perform your evaluation tasks can actually be enjoyable. Touch a cell in the rubric to enter a score. Unlike paper systems, there's no need for your choices to be copied into a computer system later. It happens in that one easy step. And if you don't have internet access in a factory, or you're evaluating a pipeline out in the wilderness, or assessing a student pilot 20,000 feet in the air, no problem. The data is stored locally until an internet connection is re-established. You can even attach a PDF of a teacher's lesson plan to an assignment's rubric for a self-contained lesson package. You probably already know all the great attributes of rubric grading, but never really had the technology to make it easy. With Rubrix, now you have the right technology. Finally, if you don't already have your own evaluation rubrics created, we can help there too. We have people who are experts in rubric evaluation waiting to help create, improve, or even review your existing rubrics. We're pretty sure that you'll enjoy using the Rubrix program and doing better evaluations more easily, so give Rubrix a try, and welcome to the future of evaluation.